Are we live? Oh, I don't know if I'm live. It's frustrating when you don't know if you're live or not. Hey, we are live. Alright, we're live. Oh, my name is Tom Riley, better known as Pastor T. Had technical difficulties and I didn't know if I was live or not. But welcome. I hope everybody had a great day. Some of you had to work and some of you had to do other things, but here we are at a live session of Bible Break. The chat is live if you want to add a comment and some encouragement. We'll take a look at those afterwards, but today I think we're going to be talking about why bad things happen to good people. I had somebody ask me to do a little teaching on that and talk about it. And so I decided that I was going to do it. And so here we go. Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do you say to yourself, why do bad things happen to me? What am I doing wrong? Why are all the good people in the world suffering? You say to yourself, I'm a good person. I volunteer. I give to charity. I'm not a racist. I don't hurt people. Heck, I'm even nice to cats. So, but why does it seem like bad people always catch all the breaks? And why do bad things happen to all the good people? I mean, in my own life, I could say that over and over and over again. Murphy's Law says anything that can go wrong will. Now, what if, just for a moment, the heavens opened up and a light shined down on you and you found out why the reason is for everything that has gone wrong? Would it make any difference at all? Would it make it all go away? Would it make it all better? Would it make the pain go away? There's pain in everyone's life, the good and the bad. Even if we knew why, it would not change that. What would matter is how we react to it and how we face the situation. Now, you can get upset, you can get depressed, you can get angry, you can get frustrated over it all. Or you can choose to push forward and have faith that God has a plan and everything is going to work out. Now, that God has a plan, everything's going to work out, and that you will grow from it. God has not abandoned you. God has not left you. He says in Deuteronomy 31 verse 6, this is the New International Version, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them meaning the bad things, bad people, whatever. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you. Why is that? Because He has a plan and a reason and a way to overcome and become more experienced from it. God could have made a plan where there would be no pain. Oh, wait, He did do that. He originally did. When everything started, the original plan was for there to be paradise. No pain or no suffering. But because God did not want robots, He didn't want us to be, just autonomous things following Him, with no brain. He gave us free will. He wanted us to be able to make choices between good and evil, and to love Him without being controlled. When something's controlled, you have control over it, basically, right? You have a car or you have a toy that you remote control, and you have every bit of framework as to where that goes. Now, God's plan and God's original plan had a wrench thrown into it. And basically, there was a rebellion in heaven where Lucifer, better known as Satan, thought he can do a better job than God. And God said, no, you can't do that. Nope, nope. And so because of that, and God can see what happens from the start to the finish, he cast Satan out of heaven, and Satan came down here to earth and thought that he could control man and turn him against God. And when the plan began, he decided to come here and derail it. You know the story about Adam and Eve, or at least you've heard of it. The devil tricks Eve. Eve gets man to bite the apple, etc., etc., etc. And so, therefore, the wrench was thrown in, and sin came into play. Now, man with this free will could choose good or evil. We chose evil. And so bad things started to happen. And the good people, and to the bad people, God had to kind of reroute that plan back on track in such a way that we can still have free will. But now there would be an ultimate answer as to why. The why of why do bad things happen to good people. Jesus is the solution to that why. Well, hold on a minute, Pastor T. Wait a minute. If Jesus is the answer, then why is there still pain? Why is the world still all messed up? We got the coronavirus. We got the things happening in Afghanistan. There's floods down in the south. There's just all kinds of crud going on in the world. And maybe even in your own life. I know I could say that in my life. There's a lot going on in my life. I didn't want to be disabled or in a wheelchair. My wife didn't want to have cancer. Our daughter didn't want to be disabled, but circumstances came. And now we could choose to wallow in that and gripe about it and complain about it, but for the most part, we choose to go forward and fight through it, because really, if you don't, sickness is going to set in more, depression is going to set in more, all of those things that make your health go bad. All those things that make your mind go the other way. Now, God's plan, there are a lot of rules and laws in place. And they're so detailed and every angle covered, it's a perfectly balanced plan. God saw this thing from the beginning to the end and throughout eternity. So he thought of everything that could go wrong. He's seen it happen, and so he planned it all out. And even with man's free will, God's plan is still in effect. He didn't want us to go without an answer to that problem. And within those rules, God says, if you make this choice, then these are the consequences. Like if you speed, when you speed in your car, you're going to get a traffic ticket, right? Those are the consequences of your actions. A cop comes to your window, asks for your license and your registration, and there you go, the consequences of your actions from speeding. And if you choose to do well, good things will happen to you, right? Now, if we had no rules or no laws, I really think that the world would be a much more chaotic place than it already is, right? So God's rules, I think, are there because he loves us so much. Much like a loving father that wants to protect us, our human father, God is there and wants to protect us. And so when the plan derailed, he had to steer it back with a rescue plan. And that ultimate rescue plan is Jesus. He was the solution to the why, and he was a solution to Satan trying to derail everything. And because God said, I have to repair that plan and fix the pain and make a way to take away the sin. So when Jesus died on the cross, the plan was repaired. But still, even with that answer, many choose to stay in the cycle of pain. So the bad things keep happening even to the good people, because good people make wrong choices. I know I have. Because it's just our nature. We have free will, so we can choose to do good and evil. I hope to choose more good than evil most of the time, but sometimes I make mistakes. You know, I'm not gonna not admit that. And look in the, take a mirror, hold it up to your face. If you can honestly say that you don't make any mistakes, let me know who you are and tell me how you do it. So we could sit there and we can blame God, but God is not the blame. If we choose to cast the blame on Him, I think that we're wrong. We can either blame Him or we can look at our own choices. We need to stop blaming Him. And because God cannot break His own plan or His own laws, because He balanced them out so intricately. Even He can't even do that. Because if He did, the whole thing would unravel. The whole universe would collapse. Everything is balanced. Look at nature. Look at everything around you. Everything is so balanced. Yeah, it's kind of messed up right now, but still, it's all balanced out. Now, it's not that God doesn't care. It's that He wants us to follow and choose the right plan. He wants us to choose to follow Jesus of our own free will and choice. So the choice, to me, is clear. Do the right thing, and the good things will happen to you. You got on the left, bad things happening because of consequences. And you got on the right, choosing God's plan and good things possibly happening to you. You're not going to win the lottery, just because you're doing good in your life or anything like that. Money's just not going to fall out of heaven to solve all your problems, because, like I said, God knows the plan. And maybe if you got a lot of money, maybe you wouldn't think of God so much. I don't know. I'm not God. I don't have all the answers. But I do my darndest to try and find out. And that's why I do these Bible break things, to help people try and find the right answers. Now, I'm not going to do all your homework for you. I have a list of scriptures here that I put together. And I want you to look at these. I'm going to leave them up for a minute or two, and I want you to write them down. If not, rewind, go back a little bit in the segment, and look at them, and look them each up, because these scriptures will help you. And trust me, if you don't have a Bible, you can find one. Go to a library, borrow one from somebody. The Bible is the biggest selling book throughout the whole world. I have multiple copies. A lot of people that I know have multiple copies. You might have one sitting on a shelf covering dust that someone gave you. Open it up and look up these verses, because I know that they will help you. Okay? So, remember this. Don't blame God because bad things happen to good people. Those people, including myself, including you, have the opportunity to choose between good and evil. They have the opportunity to choose the life raft that God has given us. I think there's an old joke somewhere. I'm not exactly sure how it goes, but it was something like there's a guy who is stuck on a roof in a flood, and a guy in a rowboat comes by and offers to take him to dry land. The guy says, no, I'm going to wait. And another guy comes. See, if you keep choosing not to choose the life raft that God is sending, you can't blame God. You can't blame Him. He's given us every opportunity. And I know that maybe sometimes the circumstances in life can get pretty terrible. I know that for sure. But learn that God loves you. There are other people that are there to support and love you. If you need love and support, you need a prayer, you need to talk to somebody, text me, send me a message in my Facebook. Some of you know my phone number. Give me a call. We can talk. If I don't know the answer, I'll try and find you the answer. That's all I can say. I'm not a Bible scholar, not the smartest man in the world, but I can help you find the answers that you're looking for because that's what I love to do. So I hope that this helped you out. I hope this might have answered some of your questions in this session of Bible Break. Please tell other people about these. There's going to be more. I'm going to do also some other things. Please like and subscribe and spread the word. I enjoy doing these, and I hope too that you enjoy watching. Until next time, this is Pastor T, Tom Riley, leaving you with the plan that God loves you so much, and He has a plan for your life. Just accept that. It's not that hard. He made it easy. Have a great night.